Welcome, everybody, to Straight Shoot, a wrestling podcast. Today, we're doing something wild. Today, we are pitting together real-life WWE superstars versus fictional characters in very specific stipulations. Some of them are not fictional, but whatever. This is just a crazy enough concept as is, and we're going to pit them together and just discuss who would win this match between that WWE superstar versus this fictional / non-fictional real-life character. Steve, this is the dumbest thing we've ever done.
No, it's not, because I have a feeling the people in the comments are going to be like part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. Santi, what we have come up with, and we have just taken some sweet time to come up with some of the funniest match stipulations and pairings. I think I don't even know how we've done this, but this is going to be hilarious. Santi, please carry this. Let's start with I don't know.
All right. Today, so we are starting off with Kevin Owens versus Peter Griffin in a street fight. And we picked the street fight because Kevin Owens is the prize fighter and Peter Griffin has been in multiple street fights with the chicken that seems to always want to have a piece of Peter Griffin. And I think Peter Griffin has gotten the best of that chicken in the street fights. Steve, at first glance, the tail of the tape, I have to say that experience in the street fight goes to Peter Griffin. What do you think?
Yeah, Peter definitely just enjoys to beat his chicken. So I'm on the same aspect that Peter is the favorite, but there's no way I'm ever going against the prize fighter. Kevin Owens is one of those ones that doesn't quit. We could have picked this as an I Quit match, just because Peter and that chicken went episodes fighting each other.
Yeah, man, it's a saga. It is it is up there with The Rock and Stone Cold, Peter Griffin versus the chicken.
Exactly. I think we need to go. I'm going with Kevin Owens in this match. This is hands down in Kevin's favor, and I just don't think Peter has the stamina. Lois has clearly proven that.
I'm going to go with Peter Griffin. The tail of the tape just says that the advantage has to go to Peter Griffin. We've seen what he's capable of, and I think he can take Kevin Owens to town. Next one, Steve, we've got a match that we're going to take this in the route of the pandemic era, the cinematic matches. So this is a boneyard match. And if you remember, this is a match where people were coming out of the shadows, out of nowhere, appearing from behind. So who better to have in this match than the Undertaker himself versus the Batman? Now, I'm putting this stipulation down because I feel like if we put this match and Batman has prep time, Batman wins. Batman has no prep time. He has been ambushed by the dead man in this boneyard match. So Batman doesn't really understand the powers that the dead man has. And we are going full kayfabe powers of the Undertaker. Lightning coming back from the dead. All of that. Even add some druids in there.
Add some druids. Batman's got his bats, but listen, Batman struggles on a good day with the Joker, and he doesn't have exactly what the Undertaker has and comes to the table with. So I'm hands down Undertaker in this match. Undertaker in a true cinematic full power boneyard match. It's Taker all day long, and I don't even think Batman lasts as long as AJ Styles.
Yeah, see, and the fact that Batman doesn't have any prep time, he's not able to study the Undertaker's weaknesses, which I don't think we've seen that he has a weakness aside from maybe Brock Lesnar. There's no, there's no kryptonite. There's no, and again, because he doesn't have any prep time, he's just going up against an entity that he can't really truly fathom because it's otherworldly. And we need to look at the Undertaker's feats as well, coming back from the dead. All right. Like that's numerous times.
Burned alive in a casket.
Alive. All right. So I think that the powers of the Undertaker put him above Batman.
100%. 100%.
All right, this next one, Steve, we've put these two in a beer bash. Of course, we've got Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Hank Hill Bobby. We have Bobby. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Hank Hill in a beer bash. This is a tight one, my friend.
I don't know. Both Texans, both born proud Texans, Austin being from, that real rural area, just like Hank Hill is, drinking beer on a Sunday out by the road. Those boys, Austin just made more of a bigger name for himself. When it comes to beer, I think it depends on the quality of the beer here.
Okay, we're not going to give Stone Cold home field advantage. This is not Broken Skull beer.
No, but you look. Listen, Hank had his. I don't even know what beer did Hank Hill drink, Santi?
I don't know.
The King of the Hill lager or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, Austin always came out. He drank like 25 beers a night. Hank Hill is only drinking like after work, and he's only drinking with those four idiots. Listen, at the end of the day, Austin has access to way more beer. He has access to a beer truck with a big fire hose on it. It's stone cold. Hands down, Hank Hill is not coming out on top. He is going to black out. He's going to go to sleep. Austin's going to laugh at him, put a foot down, and be like, I just stomped a mud hole, 1, 2, 3, and go back to drinking.
But have you ever seen Hank Hill spill beer? Have you ever seen him spill beer? I don't think so. I think that when it comes to being able to actually down the beer, we have to respect the tale of the tape, which says that Hank Hill is the most professional beer drinker out of the two. I'm not arguing quantities, all right? But if, let's say, they both have to drink 100 beers, I believe that Hank Hill will drink every drop of those 100 beers as opposed to Stone Cold, who will spill about a third of them on his chest. I just want to put that out there. All right. I just want to put that out there.
Are you, as a wrestling content creator, putting Hank Hill over on Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Hank Hill is going over, folks. Hank Hill, book it, Vince. Hank Hill is dethroning the Rattlesnake and is going to become the new face of the Attitude Era. Bobber.
Common Santi L. Next one, Santi.
All right. This one I absolutely fell in love with when we came up with this idea. All right. So follow along with me. We have Ash Ketchum versus Paul Heyman. Now, you might be thinking these two don't do any of their own fighting, but they have lackeys that do the fighting for them. So for Paul Heyman's team in a War Games match, he is going to be bringing his heavy hitters and one not so heavy hitter, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, The Big Show, and Curtis Axel. While Ash Ketchum is going to be bringing Pikachu to be going up against Punk because of the lightning bolt on Punk's shirt or whatever. Krabby to go up against Curtis Axel because we couldn't really find a good fit between the two. Charizard going up against Brock Lesnar. Snorlax going up against Big Show. And Squirtle, the former head of the Squirtle Squad, going up against Roman Reigns, the head of the bloodline, the head of the table. Tell me that you do not want to see that at the Pokemon League, baby.
At the end of the day, this is one of the ones that we tried so hard to make them fit perfectly. And I think we came across with some of the best content we could. But listen, if you could go into Fantasyland and get either live running Pokemon or fantasy run Paul Heyman guys in a War Games match, tell me you are not booking this as the main event of a Survivor Series or a Royal Rumble premium live event. This is so good. I'm going to edge it to the Paul Heyman guys.
You're crazy. You're ludicrous.
Why?
First of all, they're in a metal cage and they have a Pikachu. All right. First of all, read the room, Steve. Second of all, Snorlax automatically neutralizes Big Show. They neutralize each other. All right.
Okay.
All right. Then we have Krabby and Curtis Axel both being irrelevant, not really adding much to the team. That being said, Krabby has water gun, so he can hydrate his Pokemon to make sure that they're able to go longer. And Charizard is able to get the high ground easier because he can fly. All right. And then Squirtle. All right. That's a tough one. All right. But Squirtle, unlike Roman Reigns, is able to lead a group cohesively like he did in the Squirtle Squad, and none of them turned on him. None of the Squirtle Squad members turned on Squirtle, and Roman Reigns has had to really keep that bloodline together. And he's had to have fights with his own cousins, Jey Uso. He Superman punched Paul Heyman. There is no team chemistry here, my friend.
Hold on a second. First off, it's been Sammy Uso holding the bloodline together. But Roman comes out and he performs when he needs to perform. And you're talking about a turtle. Listen, a
water spitting turtle. All right.
A water spitting. Hey, we had Triple H spitting water for decades. Stop it.
And it was cool.
We know. Yes, it was cool. Roman comes out and he's sorry. Roman comes out and that man, you talked about Charizard being able to get the lift. Roman's got the Superman jump. He can get up in the air. He can knock some people out too. Listen, your argument was pretty good, Santi, but it's still the pro wrestling. It comes down to Pikachu versus Punk. Yeah, okay. Pikachu.
Ludicrous. Ludicrous. All right, you're absolutely ludicrous. Pokemon all day, every day. Next one, we have the battle of the daddies in a Hell in a Cell match. Papa Triple H versus Kratos from the God of War games. All right. So this is great because Triple H is the king of Hell in a Cell matches. And then we have Kratos, who has literally descended down into Hades, which is Greek mythology's hell, and has climbed out to kill Hades himself. All right. I'm giving home field advantage here to Triple H, but by no means is Kratos an underdog here.
No, not at all. But I think at the end of the day, it is Hell in a Cell. And we have seen, you and I have both played the God of War games. We've both seen what Kratos is capable of. Yes, Triple H is the king of the Hell in a Cell matches. He's had the most Hell in a Cell matches. He has overcome all the odds in Hell in a Cell matches, but it's still hell.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Triple H, and I'll tell you why in a second, but I want you to tell me who comes in with the better weapon, Triple H's sledgehammer or Kratos' Leviathan axe.
Now, are they both mythical?
Let's give Triple H mythical powers with his sledgehammer. I don't know what those mythical powers would be. Definitely, let's give it the same power of the Leviathan axe, where he can throw it and it'll come back.
So he's Thor.
Kind of. And if he hits you really well with it, it buries you.
Okay, but at the end of the day, how many times has Triple H hit somebody with an axe or not an axe, a hammer and buried their career?
Yeah, okay. One more thing I will say about Triple H, though.
The win.
One more thing I will say about Triple H, though, is that he can have what's called hacks because he writes the results, right? He's the head of creative. He can book himself to win.
No. We're not giving Triple H that. We're giving this to Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes is booking this match, and he can't book it favorably. It has to be an evenly booked match.
Well, at that point, you're crippling Triple H. That is one of his best powers, the ability to book. If we are giving the Undertaker the ability to come back to life and lightning powers and druids, we should be able to give Triple H the ability to book creative.
So what do you got? Are you going with Triple H?
I'm going with Triple H on this one.
You're going with Triple H?
I'm sorry.
Kratos has survived hell. He can survive Triple H.
I think you're wrong on this one. All right. Probably. Next, you thought this was all WWE, but now we are jumping into different dimensions. And in this scenario, the dimension that we're jumping into, we are jumping into AEW, and we are bringing in the Young Bucks, right? We've jumped to a different reality. And who better to, dude, this is so good. And who better to bring in to fight in this interdimensional feud than the interdimensional hoppers themselves, Rick and Morty, in a traditional tag team match? Who better to break the forbidden door than Rick with his portal gun?
Listen, Santi, I don't know enough about Rick and Morty because I've never watched Rick and Morty. I've just seen a lot of memes and a lot of really good content from like small little clippets. I'm going with Rick and Morty.
It's Rick and Morty. Rick
and Morty, hands down. I don't care if the Young Bucks are part of the Bullet Club. I don't care if they came from New Japan. I don't know if they are the new embodiment of the Rockers. It is Rick and Morty, hands down.
Rick and Morty. Yeah, Rick and Morty is the most, well, Rick specifically is like the most overpowered character in fiction today, but I'm going Rick and Morty as well. Next one, this is main event quality right here. We have John Cena, hustle, loyalty, respect. All right, the champ of the WWE, the doctor of thugonomics, versus Goku. Get this, all right, two guys known for going the distance, never stopping, never quitting, in an I Quit match. Steve, I'm going to tell you the results of this right now.
Please do, because you already know my answer.
This is a time limit draw. This is a draw. None of them say I quit. This ends up being a time limit draw. You have Goku, who anytime that the odds are put against him, he pulls out a new transformation. On Namek versus Frieza, the Super Saiyan comes out. He's literally fought the god of destruction, Beerus. Nothing can stop Goku.
I respect this.
And
I respect this
same
result.
with John Cena. Nothing can keep him down. Super Cena. There's a reason why he's got that name. I'm saying this is a time limit draw.
I respect that result, Santi. 100%. I will go with it. Complete respect. Those two both never quit. I've seen a little bit of Dragon Ball. Fantastic. Cena has come through all the odds all the time. You know, limitless. We're good.
Time limit draw.
Guys, if you enjoyed this video and us putting together these ridiculous concepts, in the comments, put some together yourself, and we will book it for you.
Yeah, we'll fantasy book it.
We'll 100% fantasy book it. If you guys enjoyed this video, let us know. Santi, where can people find you?
You can find me over on every social media platform under Mr. Santi Zamp. You can find me on TikTok, YouTube, as well as Twitch. And Steve, what about yourself?
Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. I am taking a bit of a hiatus until 2023, but I will be back pushing out a ton of content for you guys. Like always, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, everything in between. Take care of yourself. Be good people. Have a good one.